Why do you worship? Is it because the nature seems so kind that you love the breeze being blown by the wind? Or is it because the universe seems to work in your favor and a snap of your finger seems to be a unit verse that opens doors to goodies and splendor? Or would you agree that God's mercy is truly endured just because after your numerous sins, you still only appear in sins that depict his divine favor? Well, I do not know what your perception about the names of God are, but I'm here to tell you without deception that God is always God, regardless of what goes on around us. For example, he's faithful. Not just because you are alive today, or maybe because some of your plans succeeded. Not just because success succeeded your preceded failures and you finally excelled when failing used to be your only culture. No. He's faithful because his name is faithful. So whether your faith in him was full and yet you ended up being a fool for using hope in him as a tool, whether you approached his throne with sought to erupt results and when you used his name, all you got was seemingly insult instead of fame, yet, like the ever-constant K, his name is faithful. He's the King of Kings. Not just because you honor his majesty or succumb to the power of his supremacy. Not just because you trust in the accuracy of every word he utters with authority. No. He ruled before the world was formed. His thoughts were sires that constructed empires, and through his words, everything in existence transpires. So he's the King of Kings, not just because every other king bowed to him. No. But because, like the ever-constant K, his name is King of Kings. And he's Lord. He rules over all. Of course, nothing ever appeared without his call. He made the sun to rise in the east and set in the west. He commanded the moon to visit us at night to the pleasure of its light. He gave the stars their beauty to twinkle and shine and be bright. He gave the stars their beauty to twinkle and shine and be bright. He gave us sight to see the land, the sky, and the sea. And kings over all this, he gave us power to be. He orchestrated the deliverance of all through the death of one. He fought death and grave and he won. So in words and thoughts, whether you bow to him or not, yet, like the ever-constant K, his name is Lord. And so the circumstance and instance surrounding you today might be huge. But just like they can't change the sky from being blue, they never can change God's word from being true. Just like the rain can't but to his, they never can change my God from who he is. So it isn't just when you are down, is he the lifter? Not just when you are poor, is he the provider? Not just when you are sick, is he the healer? He has always been the master of these games, even before name was named to be the word that name names. He has always been the master of these games, even before name was named to be the word that name names. He's the Alpha. He's the Omega. He's the one that was, the one that is, the one that will always be. So when next you worship my God, do not just worship him for what he has done or what you have through him won. Rather, worship him. Worship him because of who he is. Because he alone is the ever constant King. Hallelujah.